Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will show you how to buy land in the metaverse. And before you start thinking, well, land in the metaverse is extremely expensive, there's a new project, and they did launch a little while ago, but they are just starting to pick up steam. The land is still very inexpensive. However, it is quickly appreciating. However, there are some real opportunities still out there. Now, I want to make this crystal clear before we get too far into this video. The information provided is for educational purposes only. It is not investment advice. In reality, the majority of these metaverse projects will go to zero in the long term. Only a couple will come out the other end. And so you are responsible for doing your own recon before you send your money into battle. Now, with that being said, I will introduce you to the Next Earth project and some of the strategies I am going to deploy in buying land in this metaverse. However, before we get too far into the weeds, I do think it's important to highlight kind of the top dogs in the metaverse land sale arena, and Decentraland obviously would be one of them. The floor price for one of their pieces of land is 4.45 ETH. So we're talking around $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 for one little tile of Decentraland. The other big dog in the sandbox is Sandbox, and their floor price for their land is 3.39 ETH, so more than likely around $10,000 at ETH's current price. That is for one tile of land. And for a lot of folks out there, unless you got involved in the beginning of one of these projects, these land prices are out of reach for a lot of your new investors in crypto. So Next Earth could be the next opportunity to get in at the beginning and watch those land prices increase. And what's really unique about Next Earth is they are basically the only blockchain-based virtual land ownership platform on the exact copy of the Earth. So you're basically buying land in the metaverse based on planet Earth. And with that being said, if you wanted to go out and buy your favorite restaurant, you might have the opportunity to buy that restaurant for literally a couple dollars, because that's all the tiles are going to cost you to buy that restaurant, assuming someone else hasn't beat you to the punch. And buying land on Next Earth is extremely simple. You can just come down here to the Buy Land tab, give that a click. It will pull up a satellite map of an area, and from here you would just simply type in a search. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, it is important that you do your recon. And one of the good places to start would be their white paper. So if you go back to the website, click on their white paper, that'll pull up a PDF of their white paper, and it is 27 pages long. I'm not going to go through every page in this video. Again, I want you to do your own recon. Now, if I jump over here to the middle of the white paper, I can come across the technical details, and that will explain kind of how the blockchain part of it works, that these are actually NFT contracts that you're buying. So each one of these properties is an NFT. And I can jump over here to my OpenSea account that they are actually working with, and I can see some of the properties that I currently own over on OpenSea. However, I can also see these properties on the platform itself, so I don't actually have to go to OpenSea to view my lands. I can just come over to the website, click on my lands, and I'll have access to my lands. As you can see, I own General George Patton's museum, and I also own another one of his museums in California, as well as a couple of examples of properties that I have purchased. And then skipping on through this white paper, something else that is important to me is the actual team itself. And as you read through the team, you will see that they are actually real people. It's not an anonymous team. There are actually people working behind the scenes to grow this project, rather than just some anonymous team that could just go away overnight. As we all have heard, rug pulls do happen. And again, I'm not saying it can't happen in this situation, but given the fact that the team is not anonymous, that does add a level of comfort. However, again, I can't stress enough, these are still pretty high risk opportunities, but on the flip side, there is the potential for high reward. So I highly recommend you take a deep dive into this white paper and do your recon. But for the purposes of this video, we are going to move on. And we're going to move on to something they recently announced, and that is the launch of the Earth token, which will be NXTT. That is going to be the native currency for this platform. Right now, they currently use Matic or the Polygon token for all your purchases, and I'll show you how to do that when we get into actually buying some land in a couple minutes. But as the project has grown, they have decided to launch their own token, and you can get in on the pre-sale by joining the pre-sale down here, of course, after reading the white paper. And you have an opportunity to actually buy before this token hits the exchanges. But for you grunts out there, I'll repeat myself one more time: do your recon and understand that this would be considered high risk, because you're basically putting money into a new project that may or may not weather the storm. And a few details on this particular token. We can see the price is going to start from 0.0005. Now, more than likely, if you've not already bought land on this platform, you're not going to get in at this price. I think the highest price you would pay if you're part of the pre-sale, if I remember correctly from watching the video about this, it's going to be 0.0015. It could be higher than that, but they have a video where you can actually watch and find out the details of the actual sale and where you would qualify as far as the pre-sale price. And the token type is going to be an ERC20, which is standard. And then the maximum supply will be 60 billion. So there'll be a lot of tokens involved. However, there will be a use case for these tokens, including staking. But you will have to be a landowner in order to do staking and earn those high APYs. And there will be a variety of other use cases for this token. Perhaps in the future I'll do an update video. So now would be a good time to shoot the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. But that's enough jaw-jacking. Let's get to buying some actual land. So if we jump back over here to the home page on the website, the first thing you could do is click on buy land, or you might want to just go ahead and click on log in or sign up. If you give that a click, you will have an opportunity to log in. Now, if you don't already have an account, you can come down here to sign up and give that a click. And from here, you can complete the registration process and click register, and you'll be on your way to buying some land. Now, since I already have an account, all I need to do is log in. And from there, I can start browsing the earth for properties that I'd want to buy. But before I make a purchase, I actually need to connect my MetaMask wallet to the platform. And when I do that, I want to make sure I have some Matic tokens in my MetaMask wallet. And I want to make sure I'm on the Polygon mainnet as it applies to the network for this particular wallet account. And in this case, you can see I'm on my Polygon mainnet. I have options like the Ethereum mainnet, that's typically your default. But for this particular platform, I want to use the Polygon mainnet. And there's a huge advantage to that, is your fees are going to be substantially less than some of those other platforms that require you to use the Ethereum blockchain, and you pay those outrageous Ethereum fees just to buy maybe a $2 plot of land. You'll pay $30, $40, $50 worth of fees. That is not realistic, and so the fact that this team realized that a long time ago, they switched over to the Polygon blockchain, and now you pay pretty much almost nothing in fees. But it is important to note that you will need Matic in your wallet in order to make purchases and pay gas fees. So I cannot spend my full 270.64 Matic on perhaps a chunk of land and leave none in there to pay the gas fee. I would need to leave something in the account to pay a gas fee. So maybe I could spend 270 Matic and the 0.64 would pay the gas fee. It's just important that if you're getting a failed transaction, most of the time it's because you don't have enough Matic in your wallet to pay the gas fee. And again, you want to make sure you're on that Polygon mainnet as far as the networks go when you set up your MetaMask wallet. Now, if you're not familiar with how to set this up, leave a comment in the section down below, and if there's enough of you out there that need help setting your MetaMask wallet up, I will do a quick tutorial on that. But if you've made it this far and you're looking to purchase land in the metaverse, I'm guessing you already know how to set up your MetaMask wallet. So let's buy some land over here on Next Earth. Alright, so today I'm going to try to buy a statue of Tesla, the inventor, not the Elon Musk character, but the actual inventor himself. And there's a statue in Palo Alto, California. So if we do a search for Nikola Tesla statue, I can find the one from the list that's in Palo Alto, California. If I give that a click, we're going to zoom out and then zoom in to that actual location. Now, sometimes it doesn't zoom in far enough. So if you're not familiar with where that location actually is, you might want to turn on the satellite with the street addresses. And if that's still not getting it for you, you could jump over to something like just the street map, and that might actually pull up more detail for you. It might not. Again, if you don't see your target, you might jump over to something like Google Maps where it might actually appear, and then you could use this as a reference to then jump back over to your map. And these two little blocks here are the same as these two blocks here. So now I have it pinpointed. I can jump back to the satellite view. I can zoom on in. And I happen to know the statue is located right here. So if I keep zooming in, this is the actual statue. So if I click on this square, I will end up capturing not only the statue, which is right in this area right here, but I will capture some surrounding area as well. But at the end of the day, I'm interested in the statue, and it falls within my block. And this particular tile, since I only need the one tile to capture the statue, will end up costing me 1 USDT. Actually 1.06 if you want to be exact, but still, at the end of the day, I will end up owning this statue of Nikola Tesla for around $1. And I do have a time limit on actually making this buy. My time will expire, I think it starts at 5 minutes and counts down. So let's get over here and click the Buy Now button. Again, you will need to have your wallet connected to the platform, which I currently do. And you can see it's going to end up costing me 0.5 Matic. And so I just have to click I have read and accept the terms and conditions and click Buy Now. Select which wallet. You do have other options, but the most popular is going to be MetaMask. I will now need to confirm the purchase with my MetaMask wallet that I want to actually spend that. It'll be a little more than the 1 USDT because there will be some gas fees involved. So I just click confirm. Transactions being processed. And the transaction was successful and confirmed, and now I am the owner of this actual block. And it does actually come up as an unnamed territory. However, if you look down here at the description of the address, it states that it's the Nikola Tesla statue. So I'm going to copy that, jump over here to my lands, and I'm going to name that territory. And so if I scroll through my properties and find that unnamed territory that matches this property, I can click on the pencil and paste in Nikola Tesla statue, and then from there click save. You can see that the name changed to the Nikola Tesla statue, and if I click on the actual property, I'll get the full details for this property, and you can see the name has been updated to the Nikola Tesla statue, which matches the address for the actual property that I just bought. And if I click on this little button here, we will go to the full map, and we will be able to see my actual property on the map. That little green square, if I give it a click, that will show the details of the property along with the name, the owner, which is me, the price I paid, and if I wasn't the owner, I could actually make an offer. So with that being said, if we look for another statue of Nikola Tesla located at Niagara Falls, we'll give that a click. We can see this Nikola Tesla memorial, and the fact that this has these boxes around it, that tells me someone already owns that memorial. So if I give it a click, I can see this individual owns all of these blocks, and I could place an offer to him. Perhaps I could just try to buy the memorial for Nikola Tesla, but today I won't be making that offer, so I'll leave that open for one of you guys to try to buy that if you're interested. And if we jump back over here to my lands, I have a variety of different land because I have a variety of different strategies for buying these lands. One is I'm buying items that I'd like to just own long term, don't have any desire to sell, like the Nikola Tesla statue or the General George Patton museums that I bought. However, one of the properties I purchased, this Harley Davidson of Scottsdale, I would actually want to try to sell this property. And so one of my strategies is to actually buy properties that maybe the actual owner, in this case Harley Davidson of Scottsdale, might actually want to buy this property from me. So you could buy restaurants, banks. There are a whole lot of opportunities out there, and right now the land is actually very inexpensive, and it gives you an opportunity to buy a location like this, and then perhaps on down the line, if this catches on, the owner of this property might want to actually buy it from you, and you'll be able to get your asking price if they want it bad enough. So I think that pretty much wraps it up. I just like to use some of my profits from day trading in other, maybe perhaps higher risk opportunities. And I think buying land in the metaverse is high risk, but there is that potential for high reward. And I'm willing to take a shot at perhaps hitting it big with one of these properties. So if you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you like videos about building wealth with crypto assets, you might want to spike that subscribe button so you don't miss future videos. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below. I will drop a link to Next Earth in the description down below. And remember, never send your money in the battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.